Behold, a dragon!
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing Mono Red Dragons with Sarkhan Dragon Ascendant. He isn't a dragon, but he can turn into one. When a dragon enters play, he becomes a dragon until end of turn and gets a +1/+1 counter and flying. Sarkhan is also able to behold a dragon, revealing one from your hand or selecting one you have in play and make a treasure token when he enters. This is fantastic because it helps you ramp into your big red dragons. This deck is running the low-cost dragons, the high-cost dragons, and all the dragons in between, as well as some things to help discount your dragons like Urza's Incubator and Herald's Horn, and also some things that are, only sort of technically dragon. Like Taurian Mauler, which I actually just revealed a Taurian Mauler for a secret lair. It's like it's following me around. I love things that are only technically dragons. There's a ton of dragon synergy too. Cards that care about dragons entering play or damage being dealt to dragons. Things that get you more treasure synergy too, like the Goldspan dragon. Dragons are all here, working together, not for friendship, but for flame, fury, and fire. So let's take Sarkhan into the queue and start summoning our very own Dragon Storm. Mitotic Ultimus gets cheaper based on the power of creatures you have, and if it dies, it becomes 2 slimes, and if that slime dies, it becomes even more slimes. It's very hard to get rid of an Ultimus, and I'm not going to be beating them with power on board. Instead, I think it's time to take to the skies and try to fly over the Ultimus and the other big creatures they play. I could go for this Orb of Dragonkind. Instead, it's going to be Sarkhan. I'm going to reveal the only dragon in my hand, Stormscale Scion. And since they haven't played a creature yet, I could Spit Flame something next turn. I would prefer not to. I'd prefer to ramp. Yeah, it looks like they're not playing a creature. They're ramping. Yeah, this is like high power. Think like a Goreclaw deck is pretty similar to an Ultimus deck. I also have an Ultimus deck. It's really fun. Incubator lets me discount. Dragon. And I'll swing in for 2. Llanowar Tribe. It taps for 3 green. It's 3 Llanowar Elves in a trench coat. 3 Llanowar Elves that have been forcibly stapled together. Oh, hey, Sarkhan. I don't have to use Spit Flame if I have you. I think... Yeah, this works out pretty well. I will take out this. If they have no creatures, then this can't be cast. Well, it can be. They would just need 9 mana for it. I can start conjuring Shivan Dragons into hand with old Dragon Hands McMike over here. Oh, no! A creature with reach! My worst enemy. Your favorite uncompleted cycle is the 3 1-drops fused together. Alright, so we have the 3 Healer's Hawks put together. 3 Llanowar Elves put together. Are there any others? Those are the only ones I can think of. Dragon. Yeah. Make it cost 1 less. Dragons! So I got 3 Stormscale Scions. On the Stormscale, where does it fall? I don't know. Big dragon. I am now bigger than Vorinclex because each of my dragons gets +1/+1, and until end of turn, he was a dragon! You want 3 Ragavands together? No, it's gotta be like a common. Oh, there's also 3 Mogs in Modern Horizons 3. Okay, so we have triple Goblin, triple Elf, triple Bird. We need a blue and black one. for just 3 iconic 1-drops in a trench coat. So the Ultimus is in play. They're swinging at Sarkhan. I'm going to let them hit. But I have birds. We fly in. We take home the gold. GG, my Todic Ultimus. You may have had more power than me, but I had more dragons. Sauron the Dark Lord. Oh. Hey, we had somebody who cosplayed Sauron the Dark Lord in our chat right now. I am going to be facing off against counter spells, kill spells, and other control spells, while Sauron sits around and amasses an army of orcs, which then can get you tempted by the ring, so you can discard your hand and draw a new one. Yeah, the timing was perfect, because a Dark Pact cosplay, who is dressed as Sauron the Dark Lord, is in chat right now. Hi. Ruby Medallion. Cool. They have too much mana up and it makes me uncomfortable. Let's try to play Sarkhan, Dragon Ascendant. It resolved? Whack. I didn't expect that. Townraiser Tyrant, I suppose. Orb of Dragonkind. Gets me mana for more dragons. And in kind, we will play a dragon, the Townraiser Tyrant. I want to light your lands on fire. I also want Sarkhan to become a 3/3. Oh, they're killing him. Well, that's fine. He was just a 2/2, because he never became a 3/3. I'm going to make their steam vents hurt them for 2 every turn. Would you like to sacrifice your land? They've got 5 mana. Feed the swarm. They lose some life, but I am now left dragonless. A tragedy. Sarkhan, come out here! Sarkhan, make some more mana for more dragons. Dragons, dragons. Dragons go. I will destroy their sulfurous springs. And they are allowed to get any basic out of their deck, but it's going to come into play stunned. Yeah, they're getting burned on their steam vents. You know, steam burns are very serious. And it's so wet. Elspeth's Nightmare does not do anything right away, but Chapter 2 could make me discard something if I had anything to discard. I guess I can double dragon here. Yeah, double dragon. I'm going to add 2 red mana, which can only be used for dragons. I'm going to play Ornithopter, and then I'm going to cast Stormscale Scion, which is 2 Stormscale Scions. All my dragons get +2/+2. They're down to 7. I got a bunch of dragons in play. This one's good. This one's good. This one's good. Their land is on fire. And this is not a non-creature spell. It's a creature that's going to burn your face off when it enters play. Bye-bye, Sauron, the Dark Lord. Orborigmos and Bubblethip, as piloted by Kaiju Dance Party, a regular person I match up into in the queue. Hey, it's people like you who are keeping this format not just alive, but popular. Thank you, Kaiju Dance Party, for being a regular gamer with your Borborigmos and Fibblethip deck. Borborigmos and Fibblethip is all about throwing lands, kind of like Borborigmos, but like Fibblethip, also draws cards. I will reveal you the Wrathful Red Dragon. Show 'em the dragons! I have really fun dragons here. I think my dragons cost less. And swinging for 2. He throws dirt. Yes, he does. Inexpressive iteration. Digging through the deck. Finding things. Finding a land. Ooh, but Chromux, they could have 3 mana this turn. Cave Face of the Lost Witness. One of the most fun cards to put into Borbrick, Most, and Fibblethip because they have a homunculus in the command zone, which allows them to solve this case and cast spells from the top of their deck. It's gonna be a matter of, like, how much can I get down? And I have to hope that they, like, don't Rivers Rebuke me or anything this next turn, because that would be bad. With Arena of Glory, I can haste out a dragon. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. So I will want to use the orb here. And I think I'll go for Lathless. She does get haste. I didn't have enough mana to cast any 2 dragons, so I figured that, like, do the ramp, get some damage in, is a good way to start. So how many lands do you throw and who gets them thrown at? Who gets thrown at them? All right, they threw 3 lands at Lathless, and they're going to solve the case of the Lost Witness. Scourge of Valkus! Deal 1 damage to their face. And swing in for 4, since even though it's a giant, or a Cyclops, sorry, doesn't have reach. He's a very big boy. Okay, he's a very big boy with a very little guy on his head. Scourge with Lathless out would have been so sweet. I know. Because then I would have had dragon tokens and it would have done more burn. They swing in, draw a card. They know what card it was because they can play off the top. Throwing 2 lands at the Scourge of Valkus. I'm not blocking because I would very much like my Dragon Speaker Shaman to stick around. Ooh, going down to 4 life with that fetch land. Ooh, I just noticed that's the Fallout art. Cool. Are these all, like, special arts? They are. Swag. And Uro! Coming out from the deck, gaining them 3 life, putting a land potentially into play. They do have 4. They could escape Uro. Gaining 3 more life. No? Blue, blue, green, green? They could have and chose not to. Which is actually kind of scarier. I'm gonna go for the Tyrant of Care Ridges. Mana drain. Yeah, it's like... I know it's gotta be something, but I don't know if it's just like a bounce spell or something more. I'll swing in with Sarkhan and the Dragon Speaker Shaman. Now you also get 6 additional mana! What could a deck possibly do with all that? Something terrifying, I'm sure. Oh, like kill me. That's a World Soul's Rage for X equals 10. Don't even need to bring any lands back because it's just straight up lethal. A good game, Kaiju Dance Party. Always nice to run into you in the queue. Sagan, Raider Warlord. Sagan is, well, super aggressive in Mardu colors. Gets you a buff when it attacks based on the number of first striking and double striking creatures you control, and then gives everything first strike when you have max speed. I see they have braided buffs to try to get to max speed extra fast. I am going to play this Mox Jamber right here. Jamber, wow. Mox Jamber. It's like Mox Amber and Mox Jasper put together. I got the Jamboree. It's right here. Once I have a dragon in play, I can tap this for mana. You're a dragon. Would you like to come into play? Oh, that's an Ocelotl. Okay, my priority is getting rid of that Ocelot Pride. Take it out. Sure, I'll reveal 1 extra dragon. Behold! Fearsome Whelp! Isn't he scary? Oh, he's so fearsome. Rawr. Somebody's asking, where is Draco Genesis? I did not put it in the deck. This deck does not have enough card advantage, I feel, to, like, run deep and get a lot of value out of it. So I'm just not running it. I think Sarkhan would be okay this turn, but I actually would prefer to do Dragonlord Servant into Fearsome Whelp. Boop. And discount these two dragons in my hand. Sauron can get haste. And they're attacking in with all of this to get all of this damage. I will take it, and the speed will go to 2. That's 9 damage taken. Thank you, Sauron. You are so scary. I'll play Sarkhan and reveal a dragon. The one I'm planning on playing this turn. I'm already, like... I could also just, like, do the one that's in play. I guess I could Arcane Signet first. Sure. Arcane Signet. Scourge of Valkis. And I can deal 2 damage, which is not enough to kill one of those, but I will be casting another dragon this turn. I'll leave you back, actually. This one. And now I have 4 dragons because Sarkhan became a dragon. Oh yeah, Sarkhan became a dragon as part of the trigger, so I can deal 4 damage. I can kill Sauron. Nice. I guess if I had ordered the triggers, I could have also just bopped her. But then I wouldn't have been flipping that. Thank you, Scourge of Valkis. You're a very cool dragons card. Ossification. Who do you hit? Defiant Thundermaw, I think, is actually the scariest dragon in play. But this is the one that deals with, like, a ton of indirect damage. I'm going to play the Thunderbreak Regent. So Sarkhan is a dragon, which is relevant because Defiant Thundermaw cares about dragons attacking. So let's see, I have 9, 10, not lethal damage. So I will kill the Reckless Stormseeker. We burn, we burn! And yearn for more damage. I am going to play this mountain. I had 3 damage because Rena ordered it right. Yay! Oh, hi, Far Fortune. Makes the number go up. Also starts your engines. Dragon's Horde. I got dragons. We have lethal. Doesn't matter if I direct it at Far Fortune or at their face. Either way, they're gonna get taken out by the power of the dragons. Good game! Bristly Bill, Spine Sower. Landfall gets you a +1/+1 counter, and you can pay 5 to double the counters on your creatures. This hand, I'm able to curve into this Town Razor Tyrant. I'm able to bolt early ramp or possibly Bill. But once Bill starts going off, it's gonna be tough. Okay, no turn 1 ramp. I'll consider that a good thing. And I'm going to play Sarkhan, revealing Reckless Barbarian. It's technically a dragon. It's mostly just a way for me to bank mana or get some storm. Dragons are expensive. You take it where you can get it. So hey, Bill, you coming out? They're playing another similar effect first. That's Roaring Earth. They don't have any non-basic lands, so I think I will just play the Barbarian. This will buff Sarkhan, and hold the Lightning Bolt, waiting for them to play Bill and try to get a trigger. Next turn, I could also use Invasion of Tarkir, just hitting their face, actually. This will just get them to crack the land, I think. Yeah, I don't think using a Lightning Bolt here will really benefit me. Gonna crack it open. You want to get some more counters? My turn. Okay. I will use the Invasion of Tarkir. Let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3 in hand. So going for 5. Yeah, that's bigger than any of the dragons I would be using this for. I wish Invasion of Tarkir let me count the dragons I already have in play. I will reveal 3 dragons! The damage is dealt, and we follow up with a handy dandy lightning bolt. Hitting this Invasion of Tarkir lets me flip it over for Defiant Thundermaw. Sarkhan briefly becomes a dragon. Yeah, I want to save my Dragon's Fire. This is another removal spell to take out something just by revealing a dragon from hand and getting in that much. Right now, when I attack in, I'll be doing a ton of damage. I have both targeted removal or burn to the face, depending on what I need. Ooh, see, like that. I'm gonna hit that with some targeted removal. I'm gonna wait. I don't want to sacrifice the barbarian yet. How about... Ooh, Glorybringer. Yeah, they see how this is going. I'm going to have so much damage between the triggers from this, and also Glorybringer is going to just make it so there's no blockers. Is it lethal this turn? Or... yeah, just about. Nice. GG. Loot. The key to everything. And also a little guy. This loot is going to be putting cards into exile for them to play. But it's based on a number of permanents other than loot's types. So you play a artifact creature, you've got 2 different types. Maybe a battle, that's another type too. The more permanent types you have other than loot in your lands, the better it gets. So let's play Sarkhan and reveal a dragon. Behold, opportunistic dragon. I'm showing you that if you play a human or an artifact, I might grab it, nab it, take it and let it hang out with me. Opportunistic dragon does not let you use the things you take, except for maybe like crewing a vehicle, convoking. I don't have those in here, but it is sweet. I could play this. It is a good amount of damage. Or I could Patchwork Banner to set up for next turn. I think, you know what? I want to play a dragon. I might not have anything to steal, but it's going to make Sarkhan grow. Swing in. He's a dragon until the end of turn. He's not a dragon anymore. He had his wishes briefly fulfilled. Our favorite single-issue voter, Sarkhan, who has one thought in his mind at all times, and it's dragons. I should be a dragon. There should be more dragons. If everything were dragons, everything would be better. I should be a dragon right now. He's not a dragon right now. I could probably fix that, though. I'm going to bring out the Patchwork Banner. And I will name, guess what? Dragon. And I will braid the Tireless Provisioner. In this story, Sarkhan, he does temporarily become a dragon by eating a dragon's heart. Tygam casts a spell on him that turns him into like a dragon that's able to control the dragon storms. Or I guess just the wild dragons produced by the dragon storms. It's happening. The story was weird. They haven't played loot yet. They're still ramping. You think Balefire Dragon is one of the coolest looking dragons? It's very, very cool. It's a very, like, sharp-looking dragon. Yeah, the Innistrad dragons, there's a couple of them. They have these cool wings with, like, lattice work on them. I'm into it. Where are you from, Eldraine? Makes sense, you're kind of fairy tale-ish. I don't quite have enough mana for Balefire here. but I can spit something. So if you play a critter, I'm killing it. Spit Flame. It's a dragon removal spell. Do I think that X-Men's Storm could control the dragons? No more than they could control the drakes. So exchange requires both creatures to be in play at the same time. So I'm going to kill this volatile Storm Drake before this resolves. You do not get to steal my opportunistic dragon. I think Storm can do whatever she wants. And if I were a dragon, and I mean I am a dragon, I would listen to anything that Storm says to me. Ooh, Wordslow's Rage. Brings back a land from the graveyard, and they're also killing Sarkhan. I guess I could play Sarkhan again. I'm not going to. I'm going to play Balefire Dragon. Like, can I attack with it this turn? No. Is it a threat in waiting? Yeah. Balefire Dragon. It's a board wipe. It's a dragon. It's a beast. And Loot just couldn't keep up with us. GG. This is the first other Sarkhan I've run into. Hello, Sarkhan. How do you do? I am also a dragon. You know what Sarkhan does? He beholds dragons, makes treasures, and grows. That's what my commander is. The same guy. I think it's time to behold. I'm going to play Sarkhan and reveal the Faceless Agent. Technically, it's a changeling, but one of the creature types that happens to exist is dragon, so it is also a dragon. They're going to behold Phyrexian Dragon Engine, which is also a dragon. I could play a dragon this turn, or I could Ruby Medallion, Orb, or Patchwork Banner too. I'll just go for the Faceless Agent. Make my Sarkhan grow! And get another dragon in hand. They're going for Phyrexian Dragon Engine, a dragon of their very own. Are you going to leave it back? Or are you going to attack in? Got loads of mana here. And loads of dragons. Okay, if I do Ruby Medallion... Sorry, I'm just trying to see if I can add some numbers up here. Oh, one short to what I could be doing with that. I will just play Dragonhawk. I have to make sure to order my triggers here. So Sarkhan grows first. We put 2 cards in exile. And I'll swing in with Sarkhan. I needed to make sure that I had power 4 or greater on Sarkhan, so I would get more cards in exile and more damage in. Nice double striking dragon. It's especially good if you're like buffing it using like Patchwork Banner or similar. Sarkhan, the Dragon Speaker. Yeah, he's dragon. He turns into a dragon, just like this guy. He can deal damage to a creature, like this guy. And also, he can just get you some card advantage. There's a couple different Sarkhan Planeswalkers that can go into this deck. I chose not to include all of them, because some of them are a little bit more... Like, they care more about casting dragon spells, and some of them make dragon tokens. And since my deck cares about casting dragon spells, I went for that instead. I will use this Nykthos for... Ruby Medallion. Use that Ruby Medallion for an Orb of Dragonkind. Use that Orb of Dragonkind for a Townraiser Tyrant. And then I'll swing... Actually, just at face. You can become a dragon. That's fine. They're down to 5 life thanks to Dragonhawk's damage. I have a big discount. I have a haste enabler, and Nykthos is generating a lot of mana. Ragavan with haste. Ragavan, more like Dragavan. He's also in my deck. He's an honorary dragon. I still want to get some blocks in because there's so much damage coming at me. And also I don't want Ragavan stealing from me. I say that like my whole thing isn't stealing from people with Ragavan. I love him. You sweet little crime monkey. It looks like that's going to be lethal. 3 mana left. Not enough to take me down. Did I have fun? Yeah, it's fun to see another Sarkhan in the queue. Nadu, Winged Wisdom. If you target him or another creature, they get the top card of their deck either into hand or into play if it's a land. I have some removal here, but no dragons. I have discounts, but no dragons. And I want dragons. I've got board wipes. You know what? I'll keep that. I can't really touch Nadu without giving them value. But I'm willing to just destroy Sarkhan and everything else in order to take him down with me. Oh, cool. Fable the Mirror Breaker. That's also a good card for me to use. They will be able to play Nadu on turn 2, though, because they had some turn 1 ramp. Is uncounterable. Not that I have counter spells. I'm a mono red dragons deck. And I will reveal Thunderbreak Regent. Pyrite Sanctum gives them a way to target Nadu and give him more toughness than I'd be able to destroy with Storm's Wrath. But first, they're going to make Nadu 2 the sequel to Nadu. Well, I guess they've made the decision for me on what needs to happen here. I will start by attacking in, because Sarkhan's going to die anyway. Want to block? Do you want to risk your wee Nadu? Yeah, that's fine. Return this to command zone and destroy everything. Yeah, it's not Nadu, it's Nadon't. They're saying nice. Thank you. Thank you. Do you know how hard it is for me to destroy that without giving you card advantage? It's very hard. They have a Tome of Gadwick, which they can equip, buff up their bird, and start using it to generate card drawing spells. Witch Maze. Urge's Cave. I wish this thing had flash so I could flash it on my opponent's turn. I'm asking for too much. Instant speed storm cards. Too easy. Too easy. I'm gonna go for Sarkhan again. And reveal Thunderbreak Regent. Nadu returns to play. They can move the tome onto Nadu. That's going to get them a trigger. Is it a land? It is a land, but it's a tapped land. See, they have a ward of 1. I can pay that. I'm going to use Glorybringer. Sarkhan becomes a dragon. And I will exert so I can put on the hurt. They got a shock land, which I'm hoping does not enable them to protect. Okay, good news. It didn't. They would have shocked it in if they had a protective spell in hand. They did not. So I guess the ward was not enough. Nice. I have a dragon. It is exerted. He needs to take a little nap. And I have more dragons in my hand ready to go. You flash with the blue dragon, but not in this deck. That makes sense. Oh, I have to pick my poison. My poison was Dead Glorybringer. Nadu once again returns because it refunds its mana cost so easily just by triggering, and they hit a non-land Essence Flux. It's a blink. I can haste this. I guess I kind of like that. I'm going to play Herald's Horn. Make my dragons cost 1 less. Use the Arena of Glory on the Thunderbreak Regent. Sarkhan gets a counter. Thunderbreak Regent gets haste. And we both swing in. They're down to 6 life. And maybe I'll even get a dragon on the top. They're encouraged to attack with the Nadu because of the Tome of Gadwick on there. Ooh, they're gonna tutor. Bristly Bill? Yep, Bristly Bill, so landfall gets you more triggers. This is especially scary in circumstances where Nadu was not nerfed, because you could just keep on going and going and going. Nerfed Nadu only triggers up to twice a turn between all of the creatures, but it's still twice on your turn, twice on your opponent's turn. That is a bird maker. And they're also gonna flip this over, because they got 2 counters, and make Zilortha, Apex of Ikoria. Hi, Zilortha. Dragon? Technically, yes. Technically, a dragon is all I need. So they do have 2 blockers in the air. So, like, Storm Scale swing in isn't that good. I will use this Invasion of Tarkir. This is not an artifact, creature, or planeswalker spell. I will reveal no dragons. And I'm just expecting them to use the blink here. And that will get them 2 triggers. I did not have enough to kill them, directing it at their face. Oof. Collective Resistance. They're actually protecting their bird, giving it hexproof and indestructible. That's rough. Have a Taurian Mauler. It's technically a dragon. Technically a dragon. Yeah, I have no good attacks in here. I'm getting my thoughts scoured. Yes, I would like a +1/+1 counter. Thinking, like, couldn't they have countered that? They could have. I guess they're okay with me having a bull. And by a bull, I mean a shapeshifter. Vesuvian Duplimancy lets them clone Nadu to go semi-infinite on this turn. Whenever they have a spell that just targets 1 creature, they copy that spell. And we see 1 spell here, 2 spells here that will be copying it. It's a dragon if you squint. Yeah, that's a dragon. I'm Thunderbreak Regent. You think I look like Thunderbreak Regent? Oh, thank you. We know they have Counterspell. What a bummer. Playline Tyrant. Multiple counterspells. Mana Drain and more. Yes, I would still like a +1/+1 counter. Who is saying no to that? If I attack in with everything here, I would be taking out Bill and the Birds of Paradise. But they can make something hexproof indestructible. So I don't think it's worth it. They could also make a copy of, like, Nadu or Zilortha or something before I go in. More! Bigger! I wonder what Shifting Woodland can become a copy of. Should probably take a look. Not much. Okay. Yay! My bull! Now they have even more mana to work with, and they actually just have lethal because Zilortha allows them to deal damage as though their creatures are unblocked. And the amount of damage they're going to deal is big. I won't block, because, it doesn't matter. GG, Nadu. It's the big booty Bator, kin to all. The more toughness you have at the end of your turn, the more you get. This hand only has 2 lands. Oh, they're giving me a nice greeting. I do have dragons, though. I'm into it. If they have 10 or more toughness, they get to draw a card. 20 or more, they untap their creatures. 40 or more, I lose half my life. I actually built this in paper, and I've been running it at commander tables. I played it on the Worst Possible Commander show, and I also played it on Elder Dragon Hijinks, but I don't think that video is out yet. I will just play this Mox Jasper. I have it. Why not? I like Big Booty Bator. Ooh, Bloom Tender for big mana. Am I willing to bolt that and let them draw a card? I have to use the treasure for it. I think it's worth it. I think the fact that this will so easily tap for 3 means I gotta get it off the board. Once Bator comes down, like, that's not just ramp, that's triple ramp. Tree of Perdition is so fun in this, yes. And same with Tree of Renewal. Is that the Tree of Rejuvenation? The other tree, the happy tree. There's the angry tree and the happy tree, and they're both really fun in Bator. Yes, you should absolutely swap this with the Bator that was in the Abzan Precon from Dragonstorm, because it makes more sense. This one does not make sense to be the one in the set, because Big Butts is not the theme in the set. I don't know what they were thinking with it. Tree of Redemption. Thank you, people who know things. I'm gonna play this definitely a dragon. Yeah, the Precon has a high toughness and a defender's attack theme, which this Bator fits into. But the Bator that's commander only has a life gain, life loss theme. It looks like a really normal dragon to you. Good. Hopefully this also looks like a really normal dragon to you. I gotta make sure I order this so Sarkhan grows first. But Bator's booty's too big, and I do not get to attack in here. Still dealing some nice indirect damage. Yeah, this Bator pairs super nicely with Felithar. But not the Felithar that's in the actual set, which is a Scales card. Yup. So cool. I like Abzan Big Butts. I put like every high toughness card I could find into my deck. I'm even running like Necrobloom with almost no landfall stuff, but Necrobloom has high toughness. It's a dinosaur and a dragon. It can be both. Soon Sarkhan will be big enough to swing through. Radagast the Brown. Oh, that's another good high toughness creature. So gets them some card advantage. They didn't try to swing at the invasion. They didn't have enough to flip over the invasion, and if they did that, they risked me having lethal in the air. Because there's a bunch of dragons with haste. Ooh, dragon stuff. Ruby Medallion. Spin. Enjoy your card draw. Phyrexian Dragon Engine. Put that back in hand. And do I feel like swinging in here? Yes. Yes, I do. They either had to lose Radagast or go to a very low life total there. And I'm a red deck. I like it when my opponents have very low life totals. I guess I could have also, like, swung in and saved the Spit Flame for, like, Bader when he blocks, trying to take advantage of the fact I had first strike. But I wanted Sarkhan to get a buff, too. Look at how big he is! He's as big as Lathless! He's a Dragon Queen. Also, I like that it is showing the total amount of toughness they have. I felt so awkward every time I played in Commander, because I'm just like, okay, wait, I cast a spell that increased the toughness of my creatures, so now I have, 5? 6, 7, 49. It's more than 40. Severance Priest exiles the Spit Flame from my hand, and when this dies, I'll be getting a 3/3 Spirit, but now I can no longer recur this removal. Boop. They have Hexproof, also Booty Enhanced. Is it just a Treefolk commander? I like it more than Duran. They have 19 toughness, so they don't get the untap. Have I built Kotis yet? I have not. Also, thank you, Mark, for the 32-month resub. I'm gonna swing in with this Den of the Bugbear, Sarkhan, the Taurian Mauler. Everybody in! I think that's lethal. Since we're just so wide. GG. Kotis, the Fang Keeper. He does crime by hitting you. That's actually very tough for me because Kotis is indestructible and I'm a mono red deck. I'm not good at dealing with indestructible creatures. I'm gonna mulligan. At least I have dragons in this hand. So I can keep this. I'm thinking next turn I will go for Sarkhan, revealing the fearsome whelp. Very scary, very fearsome to get a treasure. Behold, a baby. Behold the baby. Kotis is one of the decks I'm most excited to build. You can mutate onto him, you can put counters, you can give equipment, all sorts of things to increase the power. And I love the power of the dragon. I think the power of the dragon is going to be me killing this Birds of Paradise first. Miscast. I am going to pay 3. I think that the phrase, always bolt the bird, is pretty literal. You gotta bolt the bird. And I did. I got to do the thing. I kept them off their commander for another turn. I could use Townraiser Tyrant. It would just make Overgrown Tomb hit them for 2 each turn. I could go Chandra into Fearsome Whelp. I actually kind of like that. And they might also have like a counter spell here, or else we'll see. Yeah, like they only have 1 blue source, but there was the possibility for removal. Thankfully, didn't have it. Is it time for Kotis? Kotis will be stealing from me if we let it stick around. Oh, but they're just taking out Chandra. That's completely sensible. It's Chandra. Maelstrom of the Spirit Dragon. Arcane Signet. And Glorybringer. We sequence for maximum dragon. 2 mana Townraiser Tyrant. Mythweaver Pock out here. It seems like right now they're not doing anything for Kotis. They're just playing some Sultai value, which, sure, Sultai is a good color combo. A Mox Amber. A Pock's doubling up lands. Llanowar Elf, okay. That's fine with me, though, because my stuff can fly. I use Townraiser Tyrant to make Sarkhan temporarily into a dragon. I'll make this hurt them every turn. I'm gonna use Castle Embereth, swing in, and deal lethal damage. GG. Ketramos, the New Dawn. Exiles your stuff, which is tough because I'm not that resilient against single target removal. I'm a dragon deck. We don't have a lot of card advantage in dragons. We just have dragons. Ketramos will be drawing cards and losing life if things are exiled on my opponent's turn, either from the battlefield or a graveyard. Instead of playing Sarkhan here, I'm going to start with Ruby Medallion. I just want to discount my cards so I can play multiples in a turn, because as I said before, they're probably running a lot of single target removal. Also, sometimes board wipes because their commander's indestructible. Why not? Oh, Medallion go down the hole. That's rough. And I didn't get another land. There's like 40 lands in this deck. Not that you'd ever know by the way that it decides to curve. And a Ruby Medallion could have enabled a very fun Stormscale Scion turn. Maybe I'll get it back. There's a Braids in here. Ketramos lands. Double the dragon, double the fun. I'd go for non-dragon this turn. Yeah, I'm gonna go for value. Stable of the Mirror Breaker, make a goblin that can spit out treasures, and I'll just swing in for 2. Yeah, I don't like Ketramos' design for 1v1. I find it pretty unfun. It's one of those things where it's just like, your removal getting you more removal. This is the same problem I have with Marchesa. Feels like it's rewarding you too much. Where do treasures come from? So like Sarkhan's treasures? I don't know. They're destroying my Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Aw, I was going to use that to try to get more lands. Dragon? Oh my god, they're voring him. I could technically kill him in response to prevent the exile, but I don't want to use my treasure or my lightning bolt. Yeah, they ate him. Then they're gonna eat me. Oh my god. I think I'm underappreciated for my bad jokes. My references to bad media. Make some treasures. I wanted lands. Sarkhan getting eaten after he eats a dragon's heart. Yes, Sarkhan, why'd you do that? Oh, to turn into a dragon. Yeah, you would. He does really want to be a dragon. And they exile it. I'm surprised they're like focusing removal on Sarkhan. I guess it slows him down from growing. He doesn't get that big though. Maybe, I think I've made him into a 5/5 in a game once. That's about as big as I've gotten. I could make 2 Stormscale Scions using the Reckless Barbarian. I'll just play Roaming Throne. Dragon. It has Ward. It's true. Commander bad is a very, like, if you're not used to playing against a type of deck, it's a very good way to just be like, I'm going to approach this by taking out a linchpin of their deck. Because most decks are built around their commanders. It's a chair for dragons to sit on. Aw. They're giving themselves protection. That's tough for me, because I had the potential to have a really big, just like number of things happening next turn, depending on what I was able to get out. I was hoping for 3 Stormscales. I could still make 3 Stormscales, but then I feel like they might wipe the board. Faceless Agent. Double trigger. Townraiser Tyrant. Leyline Tyrant. Yeah, I'm still like afraid of board wipe. I will hit their Cavern of Souls and undo Sky Ruins. And attacking them doesn't do anything because they have protection. One ring. Lose a life! Ooh, are you gonna lose 4 to the lands? Or sacrifice 1? Thank you, Townraiser Tyrant. I appreciate you burninating the countryside. A 5-life swing at the start of the turn is still pretty good. Yeah, that's a lava axe to the face. There's only 1 card in exile right now because they had exiled my commander twice, which, yeah, it drew them cards, but it doesn't add to Ketromos's count. They do have Farewell mana potentially. Oh, Kaya too. Yikes. So Kaya can now exile a permanent. One of these. I guess not Roaming Throne because it has Ward 2. And make a copy of it. They'll draw a card, they'll lose a life, and now they have a Townraiser Tyrant. I can kill Kaya, and I'm going to say that's my priority here. I'm going to discount the dragons in my hand, because again, I really want to do the storm thing. I'm going to bolt this and swing some damage at Kaya in their face. Yeah, she is a 7-mana planeswalker that is so hard to get rid of. If you have the opportunity to get rid of her, you take it. Because she is hexproof. She has high loyalty. She's hard to deal with, and she makes and takes your creatures. Would you like to pay for a life? Maybe sacrifice a couple lands? Yeah, Sarkhan lets you pay less mana for your dragons. You can also make Shivan dragons. Or deal 3 damage to a target creature. I want to set up for the Storm Scale Storm. I want to storm with the Storm Scale. This is such an on-the-nose name for a card. Sometimes, like, the in-jokes on Magic feel kind of out of place. But Storm Scale, like the Dragon Storm and the scales of a dragon, comes together well enough that if you showed this to somebody who is not a regular Magic player, they wouldn't question a name. They'd be like, yeah, it's Tarkir Dragonstorm, and it's a dragon. Of course it's Storm Scale. The Storm Scales. They're going to keep losing life. Okay. None of you have haste, though. That's fine. Don't need haste. Where we're going, we don't need haste. We just need more dragons. Kazin, thank you for the sub. Would it also refer to scaling up your board? Yeah, see, that's what's going on here. All right, so I am going to play this Reckless Barbarian for 0 mana. I will sacrifice it. I will play the Wrathful Red Dragon for 3 mana. And then the Stormscale Scion to make 3 Stormscale Scions. Yeah! The Dragon Lords! I got 3 of them. They sacrificed the lands, so they're not taking that damage. But I am still worried about board wipes. Chat saying, I wonder what's gonna happen. Shame and pain? They're playing single target removal, so I guess it's not a board wipe. They might just not have one. As like single target removal seems to be the name of the game here. Grasp of Fate, another piece of removal. But even with the 3rd, I'm gonna have a lot of damage next turn. Yeah, they tapped below Settle the Wreckage mana. They might also be trying to get Ketromos able to attack here so they can gain some life if they have something else to do. I still have 3 flyers presenting potential lethal here. one exile away. They would have to exile a permanent, though, either from the board or the graveyard for Ketchamos to be able to attack. Can't block the flyers, though. Fragment Reality. Ketchamos can now attack and block. And I got... Really, Ragavan? My 6-drop? The random card that we got was a 1-drop? Oh, that stinks. Oh, but I have lethal. So that's good. I also have sneezes. Dragon sneezes. Tulu's Clever Conductor. If you discard a card, she puts it into a safe spot so you can get it back later when she dies. It sure is 2-drops and not dragons in here. I'm still going to keep this hand and hope that the Herald's Horn can find me my goods. Toulouse, though, I believe she goes with Connive. I feel like usually when I see her, though, she's like an Esper Tempo commander. Oh, a dragon! Oh, good. Well, now Sarkhan has a dragon to behold. Behold, a dragon! Like this one. Yeah, we'll see what they go for. The fact that they're playing the Arid Mesa is a little like... They must be running a lot of shocks and fetches to be playing Arid Mesa. Deep Cavern Bat, they're going to take a look at what's in my hand. And they can hit one of my 2 mana pieces of ramp, or the Herald's Horn or the dragon. If they hit the dragon, I can no longer behold the dragon. They went for the Ruby Medallion. Very fair. I will play Sarkhan. I will reveal Goldspan Dragon. It's already been revealed, so I don't feel bad saying, hey, check out what I have. It's a Goldspan Dragon. And I think I'm going to be made to sacrifice my sweet little Sarkhan. My little guy who's just going to turn into a dragon. It's no big deal. Yep, he's dead.
I've always hated crowds.
Will I be playing Elspeth later? Maybe. I have the deck built. I just have to use it. I think I'm going to go Arcane Signet, Herald's Horn. Discount my dragons. Dragon. And possibly get a dragon. Toulouse enters play. Connives and Liliana's plus ability, making both players discard, should be feeding into Liliana here. So she's got a Stifle in exile now. I'm going to drop the Ornithopter of Paradise here. Boop. It's kind of surprising. They didn't leave the Deep Cavern Bat back, which means I'm going to be able to use this Goldspan Dragon to swing at Liliana, take her out, and I've got enough mana to then follow up with this Dragon's Horde because my treasure taps for 2. They have a Brainstorm and a Stifle in the goodie bag of Toulouse. Herald's Horn. I need you to hit a dragon. Dragons, more of them. Dragons, I need them. Toulouse? I don't like that they're thinking. Esper Dex and thinking makes me worried. Souls of the Lost. Whoa, I don't actually know what this card does. They have to discard or sacrifice in order to play it. Ah, and it grows based on a number of permanents in their graveyard. Again, a land! Wow, I guess I'm just hitting lands here. That's fine. I'll play Sarkhan. I will not behold a dragon. Oh, wait, no, I will. I have one in play. And I'll swing in here. So I have tons of mana. I could play every single dragon in my deck, including, I think the most expensive ones are Balefire Dragon and Drakaseth. I've got the mana. I just gotta draw them. Oh, hi, Ketchamos. Oh, that puts them into... Oh, that's so cool. Ketchamos sees the cards get exiled from the graveyard. I was considering blocking and trading there. I'm doing it now while they don't have stuff up. I wonder if anybody's ever built Toulouse trains. Just because she's the clever conductor. That would be so cute. They're brainstorming. They gotta find lands. They are, even though they have connived, they have like done their discards and gotten their cards, they have not found their fourth land yet. While I'm out here flooding up a storm, I have 6 mana, 2 mana rocks, and 3 treasures. The Emperor of Bones is able to exile something from graveyard and also put that card in play for 1 turn. Or multiple times. Different cards, depending on what happens. Come on, dragon! Dragon. Yes! Alright, I got a dragon. Hey, are any of you humans? Human? God? Skeleton noble? None of them are humans. That's fine. I will play this wrathful red dragon. Yeah. I'll pay all of these. I'll do all of this stuff. Aw, they stifled. They stifled one of the triggers here. Okay, I will draw. Your Dragon Lord servant. One of these. One of those. I wish I had something cool to steal. Sarkhan learns how to fly. I will destroy bones. I think if I had ordered it a little differently, I could have used the burn spell and then brought it back to hand when the opportunistic dragon entered. That would have been smarter. Demonic Council is going to let them just straight up tutor from their deck. Because they have Delirium. They've got a creature, an instant, a planeswalker, and a land in their graveyard. It is Toulouse is doing a lot of graveyard stuff. I mentioned before that like the Toulouse I usually run into are very tempo decks. This one feels like it's running actual graveyard-related synergy, which is kind of cool. They're taking out the Wrathful Red Dragon because otherwise I could even like use a burn spell on my own dragons to deal damage to them. I gain life. They actually lose a life and draw a card because they exiled something from the board. And Souls of the Lost is now a 4/5. I do only have 13 life left. I'll probably block with the Dragon's Lord Servant if they swing in with Souls of the Lost. But not opportunistic dragon, since I want my flying damage. I don't need discounts. I have discounts. All right, top of the deck. Dragon? That's a Mind Stone. Dragon's Horde. Dragon? Dragon? Any dragons in chat? Very mastermind. Oh, that will get them a card draw too. Also another blocker. Technically a dragon! Let's go. Faceless Agent enters. Sarkhan is going to become a dragon until end of turn. I will return that Spit Flame to my hand. I will spit and flame. And they don't have a life linker anymore, so I can just swing in for lethal. I sure did behold dragon. Nice. GG Toulouse. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. Sarkhan beheld so many dragons, and they won a lot of games. It's really sweet to have a Dragon's Commander that only costs 2 mana, because normally with dragons, the hardest part is staying alive until you get to cast your big, scary flying lizards. But with Sarkhan, you have a creature that's growing and growing and growing over time, ramps you into those dragons, and honestly does a lot of work. I also think that Dragon Synergy has gotten so many good pieces that they're absolutely worth playing. Between the discounting cards, cards that can go fast or get you more damage, ramp that's specific to dragons, there's a lot of cards that work very well with Sarkhan and the rest of the mono red dragons. If you're looking for my deck list, you can find it in the description below. And I'm so excited to get through all of the Dragonstorm commanders because finally, dragons! Did you guys know I like dragons? Because I like them a lot. Enough to wear a dragon outfit for the entire video, which I actually also wore this in a live commander show from the Worst Possible Commander show. That's on Covert Go Blues channel if you want to see me playing Bator, which is also from this set. I have a lot of fun with dragons and dragon related cards. If you'd like to suggest a commander, especially one from Dragonstorm, please let me know in the comments. Also, you should let me know what your favorite dragon is, and if it's me, because I'm a dragon too. Thank you so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.